to basically try and understand and learn the basic and important business skills and principles, and also try to know their learning curves and how do they innovate to help their company grow. We are privileged to feature Mr. Sanjiv Bajaj in this session. I would just like to introduce a bit about Mr. Sanjiv Bajaj, though everybody knows about him. He's 41, B Mechanical, first class distinction with University from Pune, MSc in Manufacturing Systems Engineering, with distinction from the University of Warwick, UK, and he's also an MBA from Harvard Business School, USA. Rahul Bajaj's youngest son, Sanjiv, took over the responsibilities in the year 2008 as the Managing Director of Bajaj Finserv. Bajaj Finserv operates in the insurance business through Bajaj Allianz Life and Bajaj Allianz General, as well as in the consumer lending business through Bajaj Auto Finance. His role includes guiding the current businesses and building new ones in the financial service space. He is also the non-executive director of Bajaj Holdings and Investments. His role includes building the strategy and team and guiding the investment company, which has approximately $1 billion in cash and investments. He holds 30% stake in Bajaj Auto and Bajaj Finserv. He is also the executive director of Bajaj Auto, head of finance and control and legal functions of Bajaj Auto since 2000. Whereas Sanjeev's elder brother Rajiv is the managing director of Bajaj Auto. Sanjiv has also been head of the international business of Bajaj Auto from April 2004 to September 2007, led the international sales of the company's products from approximately 150,000 vehicles and $175 million in the year 2003-04 to almost 450,000 vehicles and $375 million in 0607. Where he was also awarded Business Today's magazine Best CFO Award 2005 as one of the top CFOs of India for 2005. Where he also serves on boards of number of companies as the director and heads. One thing that many do not know about him is that Sanjiv didn't start his career in the family firm. In fact, he got his first apprenticeship in the Tata Motors shop floor. Located a few kilometers from the Bajaj home and factory, his first project was to design a new mechanism to deliver fuel and to fuel piping systems of a vehicle. Well, before Mr. Bajaj comes on stage, I would also like to call on stage our facilitator for today's session, Ms. Suhasini Kirloskar. Let me just brief you about Ms. Suhasini Kirloskar. She works as the Director of British Trade Office in Pune as part of the UK Trade and Investment. In this role, Suhasini works with the Indian and British companies on a variety of levels including collaboration, research partnerships and new ventures. An entrepreneur herself, Suhasini is a regular speaker, consultant and author on the marketing, specialized in digital marketing and technology marketing. She has organized seminars and workshops in specialized subjects of marketing under the banner of Winning Edge Knowledge Series. Her specialization includes marketing, communication, content creation, branding, PR, corporate communications, corporate training, digital marketing. She was also the member of on the experts panel to judge the prestigious startup NEN Hottest Startup Award in 2008. I would also like to welcome our guest of honor today, Mr. Nalin Seth. He is the head of the Champion Electronics. He was also from the Harvard Business School alumni. And now I would like to call Ms. Suhasini on the stage. And I would like to call Mr. Sanjiv Bajaj on the stage, please. And I would request Mr. Nalin Seth to offer a vote, a bouquet to our guest. charter members, Mr. Sanjay Bajaj and Mr. Gaurav Mehra. So we welcome you. Can we have the flowers, please? Thanks. And Mr. Gaurav Mehra.
Namita, here.
Gaurav.
Here.
Oh, hi.
And one to Ms. Hasni as well. Thank you. I now tell Mr. Sanjeev and Mr. Hasni to take the things ahead. Thanks.
Thank you, Sheetal, and thank you to Tai for giving me this chance to conduct and facilitate the conversation today with Sanjeev. I am going to start by doing something which doesn't need to be done because everyone knows that the Bajaj Group needs no introduction, so I'm going to proceed to introduce the group. It's among one of the top 10 business houses in India with products and services spanning automotives, that's two-wheelers, three-wheelers, insurance, consumer finance, home appliances, lighting, iron and steel, and travel. The group's flagship company, Bajaj Auto, is ranked as the world's 4th largest two- and three-wheeler manufacturer. The group's insurance and finance companies, which are under the umbrella of Bajaj Finserv, are among the top 5 companies in their respective businesses in size and profitability. The group was founded in 1926 at the height of the independence struggle, with the founders being closely linked both to the independence struggle and to Mahatma Gandhi. The present chairman of the group, Mr. Rahul Bajaj, took charge of the business in 1965 and is of course known worldwide for his business acumen and entrepreneurial spirit. The combined market cap of the group is about over rupees 70,000 crore and turnover is over 39,000 crores with profits of 6,000 crores and number of employees is 30,000. With that, I'll set the ball rolling for our conversation with Sanjeev today. So, Sanjeev, can you start by letting us know a little bit about yourself as a person and specifically about early influences which shaped you, what memories stand out maybe from school days and from growing up in Pune?
Sure, thanks, Swasni, and let me start off by thanking all of you to be here. When I see an audience as large as this, it gets me a little worried because the only way the numbers can go is down. So I have half a mind to lock the door and keep the keys for the next hour or so. I grew up very much in Pune. I was technically born in Bombay, but probably came to Pune within a few weeks of that. And hence, and Bajaj Finserv, which is now a 4-year-old company, very much is formed in Pune as well. So I think I also qualify for the Puneri kind of brand. Absolutely, I'm very proud of that. Let me also say that this is the first time I'm sitting and talking like this with an audience. I've spoken a few times, but it's never been as interactive as this, and hence I'm also a bit nervous doing this. So any mistakes, apologies in advance. I grew up in Akurdi, a school run by Swiss convents called St. Ursula, and the school basically had children from employees of all the companies around us. So not only Bajaj Auto, but Tata Motors, Max, SKF, and they were mostly middle management and lower management. We had children whose fathers were drivers, were workers, were watchmen. As my father used to say when we grew up, he said, all my senior employees went and stayed in the city, so their kids, they thought were going to good schools there. But I think that was probably the most defining period for me, which I realize now when my kids go to the same school. Because I think growing up very simple can sometimes, or I think for me at least, is one of the greatest gifts. And the 70s and 80s were different from how time is today. But even then, you could so easily get spoiled, you could so easily get caught up in the wrong things. And I was anyway one of those kids that was always on the borderline of doing what was right and wrong. So I think just being that side of town really helped. Also, growing up with a group of people, we came from very simple backgrounds. I think helped us create a very solid, simple foundation. My mother's Maharashtrian and came from a very well educated but a very middle class Maharashtrian family. So we grew up with very much middle class values. And living outside over there, outside of Pune, you know, most of other businessmen live in Bombay, live in Delhi, right in the heart of the city. We didn't even stay in the heart of Pune, we stayed outside. Now, leading a fairly simple and I would say very normal childhood. So we did all the normal stuff. Like we went to school. Luckily, I was a good student right through, so that was never an issue. So I never got spanked by my mom for that. My father worked and traveled all the time. So as a result, we really hardly ever saw him. So we were brought up with my mother. I have an older brother, Rajiv, and a younger sister, Sunaina. And we lived, and I still live in the Bajaj Auto Colony. So we had a lot of friends over there. And growing up was always great fun. And since Vasni and I spoke earlier, so she told me, okay, think of some memories and stuff, you know, and you start thinking about what are the kind of things you did in childhood. And I remember once, I must have been 8 or 9. My brother was 3 years older. And we used to all take the colony bus to school. And it was just a 7-8 minute drive to school. And everybody used to be on the bus, a lot of fun. But one day we said, and we used to have this rickety old green Ambassador. One day we said, okay, let's go in the car. Now we knew my father would never allow that. So we just got a little late getting dressed in the morning. And sure enough, we told my mom that it got late, the bus is gone. So she said, okay, go in the car. So we went in the car. I said, okay, this is great, yeah, this is smart. What do you know, next day, again got a little late, again went in the car. So we were like laughing to each other. My sister was very quiet, she just followed what we did. It was basically Rajiv and me. I said, I think we've got on to something here. Third day we got late, went to tell my mom, because my father used to, even today, he sleeps late, he doesn't sleep before 2 in the morning, and he wakes up late by 8-9 o'clock. And we used to leave for school just before 8. So third morning also he said, okay, you know, see my mom again. And what do we know? My dad is standing there. And he said, guess what guys, you'll walk to school today. So of course my sister was I think the most pissed off, because poor thing she was just following us, and I was 9, she was 7 or something. So all 3 of us with one maid walked, and it took us 30 minutes. And we used to have a very strict principal in school. Mother Nicholas, we used to call her. She was this German Swiss lady. She used to ride a bullet motorcycle, and she was like really tough and tall and big, you know, like typical you see those German women with 10 kegs of beer in Oktoberfest. She was like that, except that she didn't have beer, she used to have a ruler in her hand. And to get to school late, well, we were all very, very scared. So that taught us one lesson growing up. And I think we did a lot of stuff like that. I remember I must have been 14, 15 or so, and I had learned from my